Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin, and this is a weather report. We keep additional graphics at tpatw.com. We maintain a storefront on Amazon. Tuesday looks like it's shaping up to be a rather difficult day across the country, with smoke, of course, still lingering around the Great Lakes and even in the Pacific Northwest. But looking at the frontal systems, there is a front hanging all the way from Missoula, across Wyoming into Colorado, down to Oklahoma City, back up, really up to about Paducah, up to Louisville, Louisville, and back up to Cleveland and Erie and on into southern Canada. Lots of unsettled weather, Intermountain West, the Great Basin, and that's with a monsoonal water flow. Little bit of a tropical depression still hanging about the Florida Panhandle. And in the Northeast, we have that frontal system triggering activity all the way from the lower Ohio and Tennessee Valley up across the middle Atlantic states through New England. Looking at the change in our vitality index, you can see we do have that spotty activity across the west, and that means a lot more lightning strikes with that monsoonal flow. We do have not only the smoke threat up here in the Great Basin, but we have a lot of unsettled activity going on. What's very interesting is dew point temperatures, which we aren't showing here, will stretch all the way from Austin clear up to DC, will be above 70 degrees. And then we have unsettled weather here in New England, in the Northeast. Looking at pressure change, we have rising pressure, really from northern Kansas across Nebraska into the eastern half, really, of the Dakotas, across Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and even to the Michigan Upper Peninsula. We have falling pressure, though, from northeastern Ohio across Pennsylvania, Maryland, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, all the way up through Vermont. Changes in temperature aren't going to be especially dramatic because we're already cooking the south and southeast. You'll note that wherever there's a shower or a thunder shower in the Intermountain West, we'll have a little bit of falling temperatures. We do have some falling temperatures up here in the Great Lakes area. Some of that due to the smoke. Note that we have rising temperatures here running from the northern California across Washington, or rather Oregon and Washington. Looking at the change in dew point temperatures and vapor pressure, you can see that we have falling dew point temperatures, falling vapor pressure about the Great Lakes and really Minnesota and Wisconsin. We have rising dew point temperatures here in the Northeast, some rising dew point temperatures along coastal California, and again, this is that spotty activity going on in the Intermountain West. Looking at instability still along the Gulf as typical, but note that we have a little bit of instability here in Iowa and Wisconsin. I think much of that will be dampened just because of the smoke. Looking at the change in oxygen availability, a rather interesting or difficult map, we have spotty migraine stresses once again across the Intermountain West. We have a significant area of migraine risk from Kansas across Missouri into Illinois and everywhere north, the Dakotas, Wisconsin, Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan, of course. And we have an asthma and arthritis stresses here along coastal California into western Oregon and eastern Washington into Idaho. We also have some asthma and arthritis risk in the Big Bend area of Texas and up Louisiana into Arkansas, most significantly here in the Northeast, running all the way from northeastern Ohio across Pennsylvania, but very significant across New Jersey and into Connecticut. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. Your comments are appreciated, and this looks like a very difficult day for those who suffer from weather effects.